What is a precision platformer in 2024? This was the question I asked myself as I booted up Archaeogem for the first time. Let's talk about this game, which markets itself as a fusion of Indiana Jones and Celeste, and why it's the best reintroduction to the genre I could have asked for. The very first thing I noticed about Archaeogem when I booted it up was the vibrant aesthetic. Man, this is a beautiful game. And as I looked into the portfolio of Gagonfe, the dev behind the game, I found a plethora of similar, small, beautiful games that they seem to land in multiple different genres. Now, viewers of my stream and other content that I do will probably notice that this game departs a bit from the types I normally cover. I'm showing my age here, but I haven't played a precision platformer since 2008 when the original Meat Boy was on Newgrounds. Some of you guys might not even remember Newgrounds. It's crazy to say. But the point is, I approached this game with no preconceptions, and that is precisely what made my experience so special. So the core experience of Archaeogem revolves around you being a world-renowned archaeologist exploring a mysterious jungle to complete your archaeological collection. You collect gems and treasures as you swing through the forests and ruins using mystical flowers and your trusty whip to gain an edge over your environment, where danger lurks at every turn. It's a pretty cool concept, if I do say so myself. And as you enter the game, you're presented with a really simple story that you're going to just collect treasure. The first few screens of the game are really well made, teaching you very plainly where your danger is, how to approach each obstacle, jumping, wall sliding, slinging, and dashing in a way that's unobtrusive and doesn't need a lot of exposition for you to learn. And that's what this is. It's a simple game. As you progress, the levels expectedly become a lot more difficult. In particular, this screen I encountered about 15-20 minutes in. This vertical climb was really tough for me. It was the first really difficult screen that I dealt with, but it was very motivating to get past each piece because when you do things correctly, it just clicks for you. You can tell, oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to do here, and that's a hugely rewarding feeling. Moving further into the game, you encounter multiple different biomes. I believe there are 4 chapters to the game and then a final chapter to close things off. And each biome presents you with new tools, obstacles, and ways to approach similar problems in new ways. It keeps the momentum high, and there's little tidbits of humor and story thrown in, such as this place where you find out where all the water in the level has been draining down to, and your character takes a moment to chuckle at that. As I got to the end of my time playing Archaeogem, I started having a similar question that I asked myself. The developer really pushed this as Indiana Jones meets Celeste, and I haven't played Celeste. So I felt a little underprepared to review and judge this game, not having played the main inspiration behind it. Normally, this would give me some pause, but I was enjoying myself so much that I went ahead and decided to buy Celeste as well. And what I found out after doing so and playing a little bit of Celeste made me enjoy Archaeogem even more. You see, Celeste is a lot more than a precision platformer itself. It's a story-driven game about a person that has internal conflicts and flaws, and the gameplay of Celeste is merely a vehicle to approach that story. Now, there are a lot of similarities between Archaeogem and Celeste. I can tell that the developer was clearly inspired and wanted to make their own take on that same game. Everything from the physics to the wall jumping, the dashing, they all feel very familiar when I loaded into Celeste after playing Archaeogem for quite a while. But I felt myself caring more about the story of Celeste than focusing on my skills. I felt like my skills were necessary to get to the next story beat, where in Archaeogem, I was getting better for the sake of getting better, to see what was just off screen and what the next obstacles would be for me to defeat. This brought up a really good point for me, which is the difference between developing a game that's solely based on its mechanics versus a game that has those same really well-made mechanics, but also layers in a storyline that is compelling. Now you may say, Sveth, isn't more better? You get story and your gameplay. Well, yes, for some people, but I do want to point out that there is no fallback in Archaeogem where I can be thinking about the story as I play. I'm enjoying these beautiful environments, but the only thing that I have to focus on is getting to that next screen. And to keep my focus, to keep my interest in this game, especially as somebody unfamiliar to the genre at the time, I feel it takes execution on a much higher level to ensure that same quality. So as I was swinging through the trees and ruins using the yellow flowers as grappling hook points and the blue flowers to pull platforms along with me, I kept reminding myself of just how much fun I was having in this game, which is not something I say very often. Normally, games I play, I focus a lot more on the challenge itself and achieving something as a badge of honor, where achieving things in Archaeogem just felt natural as I played the game. Every reset, every trip up, every time I had to look at the map menu and it tell me how many times I died on this level, good lord. Each little bit of that got me a little closer to being the best archaeologist I knew I could be. At the end of the day, Archaeogem actually reignited my interest in this type of game because as I started playing Celeste, I realized, oh yeah, there's more Meat Boy games. So I downloaded Super Meat Boy and Super Meat Boy Forever, and now I'm on the hunt for more precision platformers, and I think that's just a testament to how fun this is. I've said that multiple times. It's a fun game. You get to meet cute turtles and feed them lettuce. You get to meet your mom who is out there for some reason on the same dig site as you. And for these reasons, I think Archaeogem is the perfect precision platformer for a beginner. It's coming out on Steam on May 17th, 2024. I got it a few days early, so a big thank you to Gagonfe and my friends on Twitter who got us in contact with each other. It has a free demo you can try right now, and it's going to be about $10 on release plus a 30% discount. So if you're looking for an accessible way to get into a challenging game genre, or you're already a fan of what's out there, I think it's worth picking Archaeogem up. I'll be dropping a link to the store page on Steam for this game in the description. I believe it will be released on Switch as well, but that date is yet to be announced. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video, guys. I hope you have an excellent day, and maybe I'll see you around my channel again some other time. Until then, happy Archaeogemming.